How's it going, lads? So, game week 18 of the Premier League season is done and dusted. The game week that pretty much made every fantasy Premier League manager change up their team because only 6 games were played. But even in those 6 games, quite a lot happened. There were a few big results, so let's dive straight in. For who is flying high, I'm going with Sheffield United. And yes, Man United fans, I know you're top of the table, but look, I'll come back to you if you beat Liverpool next time out. But for now, let's focus on Sheffield because this is a big result in their season. It does only put them on 5 points because it's only their first win of the season, but it's a step in the right direction for them. And yes, they were good in the day, but it also took a terrible Newcastle performance, a rush of blood from Ryan Fraser to get himself sent off, stupid decision from Fernandes to give away the penalty, but let's not take away from them because yes, this game could have also been the shock of the week or who dropped the ball, but let's just keep the positive spin. Sheffield United finally underway for the season. Who knows? Miracles do happen. I still think they will go down, but for now, let's just let them enjoy this one. For who dropped the ball, I'm going with Arsenal. You know, their season pretty much roared into life finally when they beat us, and they've been really impressive since then. I have to say, you know, they've rolled over every team they've come up against, and coming up against Crystal Palace in this one, who haven't exactly been having the best of times lately, I did think Arsenal would have too much for them. But at the end of the game, it was definitely Crystal Palace who could feel aggrieved that they only came away with the point, because I would say they were easily the better team. Arsenal were very flat, looking like the Arsenal of 5-6 games ago. And, well, I hope that continues. For shock of the week, I'm going with Spurs drawing 1-1 with Fulham because they're 1-0 up at half-time. Yes, they've been stuttering lately, but against Fulham, I would have thought that in that position, they would be comfortable from then on out. Going into the second half, they clearly just completely changed their mentality. They set up to defend, just hold that 1-0 lead. That's fine against maybe a top 8 team's probably the right thing to do, but against a team in a relegation scrap, no, just go out, put them to the sword, put them under pressure. They will crack because they've shown all throughout the season that they will. Instead, they invited Fulham onto them. Eventually, they were made pay with about 15 minutes to go. Ivan Cavallero got the equaliser. And then Tottenham's problems were really apparent because they needed creativity, and basically their only option was to drop Harry Kane, who is probably the best striker in the league, into virtually a CDM role to try and play passes from deep to get things going. And it shows how much they miss a player like Christian Eriksen. Looking at their bench, they didn't really have any options to bring on and perform that role. Yes, Dele Alli is floating around the club. He is frozen out of the squad, but I don't think he is that type of player anyway. Tottenham probably do need to go on the hunt for a player like that. I'm not too sure who's available in this January transfer window, so they might have to wait until summer, and by then it's probably going to be too late to rescue this season for them. For star of the week, there's definitely not a whole lot to go for here, so I figured let's just keep putting the praise on Sheffield United and go for Ethan Ampadu. It was pretty much a toss-up between him and David McGoldrick, but I've gone for Ethan. I'm pretty sure he was the official man of the match, and he well deserved it. You know, all throughout this season, Sheffield have been poor. You know, they've looked like a championship side, out of their depth. But Ethan Ampadu, on occasion, has definitely shown that he's a Premier League standard player, and none more so than in this game because he was rock solid defensively. He even had a few moments going forward where there was one occasion he put a brilliant ball into the box for David McGoldrick to have a chance. But yeah, I hope that he continues to improve and he comes back to Chelsea an even better player. Considering they're the only other 2 games of the game week, I might as well throw out a mention to Everton and Man City. Both of them won their games. Everton were away to Wolves, Manchester City at home to Brighton, and both won by a solitary goal. Everton definitely didn't have an easy time in this one, could have easily gone the other way. Wolves had some great chances, even like the last few seconds of the game, Ruben Neves crashed a free kick off the top of the bar, which could have drawn level for them with virtually no time left for Everton to make a comeback. Man City definitely had an easier time of it than the 1-0 suggests. They were comfortable throughout, created chances, none better than Raheem Sterling's penalty at the end of the game, which he missed because he's a little fecker and he's out of my fantasy team. But yeah, both of those teams continued their fine form. in this short game week. Hey lads, that's it for this one. Comment below if you agree, disagree with my opinion. Like if you did enjoy, subscribe for more footy chats, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next video.